everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be ranking Riley Sager's books. He currently has 6 books out. They range from like mystery to mystery horror, so I really enjoy his books. I've read all 6 of them and was hooked on every single one of them. But obviously some of them I like more than others. So today I'm going to be ranking those and talking about them a little bit, and drop down in the comments if you agree with my ranking or if you like certain books better than other ones. Without further ado, let's get going. So number 6 is actually his most recent release, which is The House Across the Lake. This book follows a woman who is grieving for the loss of her husband, and she has turned to alcohol as a coping mechanism. So she basically gets sent out to the lake house where he actually had passed away, trying to process the stages of grief and everything. And so while she's there, she gets curious and starts looking with a pair of binoculars around the lake, and she focuses on a couple across the lake, and so she spies on them, and she witnesses something weird happen, and then the woman across the lake goes missing. So she actually investigates herself, but the problem is she's not the most reliable narrator because she is drunk most of the time. So this book kind of leaves you questioning who to believe. Do you believe her, or do you believe the husband, who does seem sane? And so about 3/4 of the way through this book, there is a twist. I was not the biggest fan of this twist just because it was kind of unlike the other twist. I don't really want to give it away because the book is still good, but the twist just wasn't my favorite. If you've read any Riley Sager, there is always a twist involved with his books. So anyway, yeah, this is number 6. It's still a really good book. It's perfect for fans of like the movie Disturbia, if you ever watched that. I really loved that movie, and so I mean this book was still really good. It just wasn't my absolute favorite of Riley Sager. Number 5 is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. If you are unfamiliar with this book is kind of like a Friday the 13th summer camp massacre. So it takes place with the woman who survived the massacre, kind of going back and revisiting the camp, and we get to see through her memories what happened in the camp. But again, there's kind of some unreliable narrator, and there are twists and turns in this book. So it's been a little while since I've read this one. I really need to do a reread of it to remember it a little bit better. But I mean, it was still a really good book. The plot twist at the end made me gasp. It's like you have your plot twist, and then at the very end there's another plot twist, and you're like, oh my gosh, what just happened? So seriously, still a really good book. I remember it not being my absolute favorite, but still, I love every single book Riley Sager puts out. So number 4 is Final Girls by Riley Sager. Final Girls focuses on a girl named Quincy who survived a serial killing or a mass murder killing, and so she meets with a group of other Final Girls who survived these killings. But she is trying to get her life back on track. She is now has a baking company, or like a little at-home baking company that she does online. So she's trying to get her life together, but then the girls in their Final Girl group starts getting murdered. So Quincy tries to get to the bottom of this. This was a really good book. I really enjoyed it. Again, Sager just has a way with words and twist, although I did see the twist coming in this book, so that made me feel super good. Book number 3 is Survive the Night by Riley Sager. This book is a roller coaster of tenseness. I really enjoyed it. It focuses on a girl who recently lost her best friend due to a serial killer that's on the campus of the school that they went to. And so she can't handle the grief anymore. She feels guilty because she kind of saw the man, but wasn't able to identify facial features or anything. So she feels super guilty about that. Everybody's wishing that she could point them in the right direction to try to find the serial killer, but she is unable to. So she decides to hitch a ride home. When she's in the car, she slowly starts finding out that the person she hitched a ride home with isn't who they seem. And it's possible that she is stuck in a car with the same serial killer that killed her best friend. So this book has a ton of plot twist. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Hitchhiker, but this book is kind of similar in like the road trip aspect. So I really enjoyed it. I know this one's not everybody's favorite, but I loved it. I thought it was a roller coaster of a ride and really enjoyed it. So if you're looking for a fast-paced book that will keep you on the edge of your seat, check out Throughout the Night by Riley Sager. Now to the final two. Number 2 is Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. And whew, this book is the book that made me fall in love with him. I actually listened to it on audiobook and it was just fantastic. It's about this girl whose life just got turned upside down. She caught her boyfriend cheating on her. She got fired the same day from work. And so she is broke. She does not have any money left and she gets offered this strange but awesome opportunity, and it is to go and apartment sit for 3 months at the Bartholomew, which is New York's coveted rich elite apartment building to get into. So if you've seen Rosemary's Baby, it's very similar to that. When she's there, she starts noticing signs that other apartment watchers have gone missing. She tries to get to the bottom of it, but you'd think that she would just want to leave, but she doesn't have enough money to move out. They promise like a ton of cash, like I think it was like $4,000 cash per month to watch this apartment. And she doesn't have a dime to her name. So she stays, but at the risk of her own life. So while I did not see the plot twist coming, I did have some guesses and they were pretty close. So again, I love this book. It's super good and it's really one of my favorites of Sager's. So number 1 on my list is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. This is perfect for fans of The Haunting of Hill House. This book is just great. I love this book. It focuses on a girl who is returning to her childhood home that was haunted. And so she is going to clean it up, fix it up, and get to the bottom of the mystery that plagued her mind back when she was a child. It has some really, really spooky moments. Like I listened to this one on audiobook and I was driving home in the dark and there were things falling out of the ceiling and whispers and all sorts of stuff. And this is just a perfect spooky read. So just in time for Halloween. But I really love this one. The plot twist was fantastic and it really gripped me. So this will always be my number 1 favorite Riley Sager book. But again, all the other ones are fantastic. And tell me which one you plan to start with if you have not read Sager before. As always, thank you for coming to my channel, watching my video. Remember, I am on Instagram at Pages and Ash, so come follow me there and we can have a blast. And as always, I hope to see you next time.